Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with a quick summary of the news from inside Star Citizen, looking at radars, refineries, bases, homesteads, and a big info dump of what work is going into making the game more interactive with power and doors and lights and destructibles and puzzles and how that affects the way you might play. Let's start with a little sprint report going over what they are currently working on. The Talon is looking very cool. This is the new Tavaran fighter series. The Talon is a light fighter. It's very bird-like as it's Tavaran and they are samurai birds. And it's got this new sort of iridescent paint and paint scheme. So the ship is going to be made to look even better for 3.12 by the time it actually comes out. And this is just them testing that effect, but I'm absolutely loving the way the Talon looks. They are pushing forward with radar and scanning updates with the radar object collection subsystem. The idea of this system is it allows you to filter and find things more easily. So you can just filter things out of your radar, from minables to specific IR or EM signatures, to ships, to ambience, whatever. You can set the filters to ignore whatever you want, pretty much. Refinery facilities and more updates to stations are being made. So their exteriors and even the space around them with gas clouds are all getting work. They are dialing in how these stations and new facilities for stations will look and feel, how many asteroids should be nearby, that sort of stuff, how much sort of density of gas that you should have. Next week, they're going to give us details of refining gameplay, but I suspect they will be sort of working on getting the lighting and how the light penetrates the gas clouds and that sort of stuff as well in the next few weeks. Colonial-style homesteads are continuing to receive work, and they seem to be a very strong priority for Cloud Imperium at the moment. They're going to be using these for bases and homesteads and various points of interest, locations for missions and shops and all this sort of stuff, frontier areas. They are physically concepting these in-game now, in a very rough state though, but they're putting them on planets. They're actually seeing them in the engine. They're not ready to be made into viable game assets though. They are very much evolving the look and feel of them in general. So you will be using something like these to build your own bases in the future, or at least parts of these or ideas from this. And yeah, it will evolve quite a bit. So Star Citizen is also going to have a lot of interactivity, and they've been working on lots and lots and lots of different types of this, from picking up objects to replacing parts in ship systems with whole actual systems, I suppose, slotting in and out with the physicalized component system, but also sub-component systems that you can put little components in those components. You're going to be interacting with relays and switches and things to do puzzles, to do missions. You're going to be moving cargo and a lot more. It ranges from placing flare items to express yourself to repairing a ship system that would cause you to, well, rather than be destroyed, actually win an encounter. So devs have these, or can build these giant zoos for playgrounds, for testing and iterating on features where they can pop a load of assets or lots of different types of model or lots of different types of equipment or whatever they need. They showed off replaceable destructible lights, so you could literally replace a bulb, destroy the light, a pressurization system for airlocks, because obviously the room system is a thing and doors are very important. They make it very clear that doors are super important, and actually getting them right is really sort of high on their list of priorities, because doors not acting correctly can break immersion, and there's a lot of things like with the room system, like with pressurization, like with atmosphere and environments, that they have to have doors operating correctly for that. They can set doors to be manual or be on a sensor, so you can have automatic doors, but doors may require power, so to interact with their panel, that requires power. To have an automatic door, that requires power, and if that power goes off, you might have to open those doors manually. And they've built like a little wedge kit which pries doors open that you might be able to purchase in the future. They are testing doors with locks that you can weld open or potentially lockpick or even blow up. Alarms for opening a door may go off based on how you opened it. They are looking at systems for disabling and interrupting alarms too, and this is all going to build into the subversion and stealth gameplay systems, and I suppose sabotage and that sort of stuff. There's going to be lots of missions, I expect, where you'll have to interact with levers and work out puzzles and do like a pipes puzzle, that sort of stuff. They want to have mini games like this. They want to have a lot more gameplay where players will actually be doing something physical, changing something, and then that would have systems disabled or affect the game world. I would expect to see some very cool ways of disabling systems in the future, but also lots of different puzzles that use this sort of interactivity for missions and stuff like that. They even show a destruction of a little gravity generator that turns off the gravity in an area, which is a callback to when they originally were going to have gravity generators that could be turned on and off in stations, and then we didn't know if they were going to do that, but it looks like they might do that again, so that'll be cool. And that's it for this week's Inside Star Citizen, but what do you think? Do you think there will be a lot of gadgets and ways to do missions and tasks, or do you think it will be too much or too little, or do you think there may be situations where we get entirely trapped on a ship or behind a door without the correct item to progress? That would be pretty frustrating if there's no other course of action. Or maybe Star Citizen is going to be pretty unforgiving if you don't prepare properly. Are you looking forward to bases, even though they are extremely early in development? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Also, people are saying that they saw the Pyro Crab in Inside Star Citizen. I'll put the time code down below. But this could also be a tent or a rock, or just people imagining the Pyro Crab, or maybe it is. Ooh, I'm not sure if the Pyro Crab is spooky, more scary. We are giving away a Mercury Star Runner throughout November. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during November 2020. If you like my content, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, or even clicking the join button. That really helps support the channel. You'll become a VIP and get some exclusive content and lots of other little bonuses and help influence the channel via that, or Patreon really helps. Also, I shill for a couple of things. NordVPN, if you're looking for a VPN service, Nord is incredibly cheap and very effective. It helps protect your privacy, security, and helps give you more accessibility to the internet. So you can watch things on Netflix from different countries. You can go, I'm going to be from the USA today, because you don't want the wizards in, I don't know, Norway, knowing that you live in South Korea, wherever. Also, if you're considering getting a new gaming PC, but you're like, I don't want to buy a new gaming PC, consider Shadow. They are a cloud-based gaming PC service that allow you to leverage said gaming PC over the power of the internet and then stream it directly onto your current PC or laptop or the tablet or mobile phone. And then you go, oh my god, I've got the power of a PC in my mobile phone, and I can play Star Citizen on it, which is kind of mad. Thanks very much for watching. You take care, guys, and I'll see you in the verse.